Everybody wants to sell AI to local businesses. Almost nobody can tell you what they're actually selling. I see it every week. Somebody says, I'm starting an AI agency. And I ask one question, what's the product? And I watch their face do the thing your face does when the teacher calls on you and you didn't read the chapter. So let me fix that today. I'm going to show you the 5 AI systems that local businesses, plumbers, dentists, roofers, real estate teams will pay for every single month. Not because AI is impressive, because each one of these plugs a hole that is leaking real money out of their business right now while you're watching this. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what the product is, what it does, the real numbers behind why owners buy it, and what you'd say about it in plain English. Let's go. Quick frame before the list, because this is where most people blow it. Local businesses do not buy technology. They buy fixed problems. No plumber wakes up at 6 a.m. wanting an AI. He wakes up wanting the phone answered, the schedule full, and more reviews than the guy across town. So every system I'm about to show you is named after the problem it kills. That's also exactly how you sell it. A 10-minute conversation, plain English, zero tech talk. If you ever catch yourself saying the word algorithm to a roofer, stop and start over. Now you might be thinking, surely everybody's already doing this. Surely the AI gold rush already happened and you're standing in an empty riverbed. Look at the actual numbers. The Census Bureau tracks how many American businesses use AI to actually produce their goods and services, not playing with ChatGPT, actually using it in the business. As of this year, it's hovering around 1 in 5. 1 in 5. 4 out of 5 businesses in your town have adopted basically nothing. Everybody on the internet feels late. Meanwhile, the dentist down the street is still missing half her calls. You're not late. You're standing on the beach before the wave hits the shore. Let me tell you how I really learned this, because it wasn't from a webinar. A couple of years back, I had a leak in my roof, an actual one, water coming through the ceiling of my garage. So I did what every customer in America does. I Googled roofers, called the one with the best looking website, rang out, voicemail. I didn't leave a message, nobody leaves a message. I just called the next guy on the list. He picked up, came out the next day, and I wrote him a check with a comma in it. Here's the part that changed my business. Months later, I ended up across the table from the first roofer, the one who never answered. Good guy, great crew, 30 years in the trade. I told him that story and I watched him do the math in his head. He went pale. He said, "How many times a week do you think that happens to me?" I said, "You don't want to know, but the good news is it's fixable by Friday." That roofer became a client. And that one missed call, my missed call, is the entire business model you're about to learn. Every system on this list is just that story, wearing 5 different uniforms. System 1, missed call text back. Here's the scale of the leak, and I want you to actually hear this number. A study went out and analyzed live calls to small businesses across dozens of industries. Only about 38% of calls got answered by a live human. Industry data on the rest of it gets worse. Around 85% of people who hit voicemail never call back, and the majority of them just call a competitor. Some analyses put the cost of all this at 6 figures a year for an average small business. 6 figures for not picking up the phone. And the brutal part, half the time, the owner paid for the ad that made that phone ring. He bought the call. Then he missed it. It's like paying for groceries, leaving them in the parking lot and driving home. The system fixes it with one move. The second a call gets missed, the customer gets a text within seconds. "Sorry we missed you. How can we help?" That one text catches them in the 30-second window before they dial the next guy. The conversation moves to text, the AI answers questions, books the appointment, done. For a plumber or an HVAC company, where the average job runs hundreds to thousands of dollars, one saved call can cover the entire monthly fee. That's why they don't cancel. It's not a subscription, it's a tourniquet. System 2, speed to lead. There's a famous study out of MIT. They analyzed corporate response times to over 15,000 leads. If you contact a lead within 5 minutes, you are 21 times more likely to qualify them than if you wait just 30 minutes, 21 times, not 21%. And what's the average business actually doing? Across studies, the average response to a new lead is measured in days. Some businesses never respond at all. Meanwhile, 78% of customers end up buying from whoever responds first. Think about a real estate team paying $50, $80, $100 per lead. Somebody fills out the form at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday. They're sitting on the couch, motivated, phone in hand. The agent sees it the next morning, calls at 10 a.m., and wonders why nobody picks up. The lead bought a coffee with another agent already. The speed to lead system answers in seconds, day or night. It texts back instantly, asks a few qualifying questions, and books them straight onto the calendar. While the competitor is circling back, your client already has the appointment. And notice what you're selling here. Nothing new. They're already paying for leads. You're making the money they already spent stop evaporating. That's the easiest sale in the world. Found money. System 3, the review engine. Do this tonight. It's free and it'll change how you see your own town. Look up 2 auto shops on Google. One has 47 reviews, one has 400. Who gets the call tomorrow morning? It's not close, and it's not even about quality. The recent consumer surveys say 88% of people read reviews before choosing a local business. And the share who say they always check reviews jumped from about 29% to 41% in a single year. That trend only goes one direction. There's a wrinkle most owners don't know. Recency matters as much as the score. Most consumers say they only trust reviews written in the last month or so. So that shop coasting on 200 reviews from 2022, in the customer's eyes, that's a dusty trophy case. And here's the gap you sell into. Every owner knows they should ask every customer for a review. Almost none of them do it because it's manual, it's awkward, and they're busy running a business. It's the flossing of small business. Everybody agrees, nobody does it. The system makes it automatic. Right after the job, every customer gets a text with a one-click link, a steady drip of fresh 5-star reviews every week on autopilot. Restaurants, salons, gyms, auto shops, anybody who lives and dies by their Google rating will pay monthly for this because their rating is their storefront. System 4, database reactivation. This is the one I'd lead with for a first client, and you'll see why in a second. Every business is sitting on a gold mine it forgot about, the old customer list. People who already bought, already paid, already trust them, and then never heard from the business again. Not because the owner doesn't care, because following up with 800 old customers by hand is a job nobody is ever going to do. I watched this play out with a med spa. The owner was about to spend thousands on new ads, and somebody on our side asked one question: when's the last time you texted your old customers? Blank stare. They ran one friendly campaign to her dormant list. A simple, "We miss you," with an offer. Her front desk had its busiest week of the quarter, and not $1 went to ads. The money was already in the building. Somebody just had to turn the lights on. That's the system. Checkup reminders for the dentist, seasonal tune-up offers for the HVAC company, win-back campaigns for the salon. The AI handles the conversations and books the appointments. And as a first sale, it's beautiful because it can pay for itself before the first invoice even lands. You're not asking the owner to bet on you. You're walking in and switching on revenue he already earned. Hard offer to hate. System 5, the no-show killer. Industry benchmarks put the average dental practice's no-show rate at 15 to 20%. A chair hour at a dental office is worth several $100s in production. Estimates run $500 to $800. Do the multiplication and the analyses land in the same scary place. A typical practice can lose 6 figures a year to empty chairs. Not to competition, not to the economy, to people just not showing up. The system confirms every appointment, sends reminders people actually answer because they're texts, not calls from an unknown number, makes rescheduling one tap instead of an awkward phone call, and backfills canceled slots from the waitlist automatically. And the sales conversation with the office manager is one sentence. What's an empty chair hour worth, and how many did you have last week? Then be quiet. Let her say the number out loud. The moment the number is in the air, the system stops being an expense and becomes the cheapest employee she's ever hired. Now, the part most people get wrong, and the reason this video isn't just a tech demo. You don't have to build any of this. I don't build any of this. I'm not a tech guy. I can barely change the clock in my truck. My fulfillment team builds it, installs it, runs it, and supports it. The job for somebody like you, somebody with sales skills, is the conversation. Find the leak, show the owner the math, close the deal, keep the relationship. You sell, the team delivers, the client keeps getting results, and you keep getting paid every month. And to be straight with you, because I always will be, nobody hands you a list of ready-to-buy business owners either. Anybody who promises you that is lying, and the FTC has spent 2 years shutting down programs that promised exactly that. What works is warm outreach to businesses you have a real reason to talk to. That's the work. If you've sold anything for a living, it's work you already know how to do. Last thing, don't try to sell all 5 systems to everybody. Pick one type of business. I made a whole video on the 5 best niches, it's linked below, and lead with the one system that hurts that niche the most. One vertical, one problem, one solution. 2 or 3 clients on monthly retainers is your first $5,000 a month in recurring income. Not 200 clients, 2 or 3. If you want the exact way to structure the offer, price it, and close the first deal, there's a free training linked below. It's free, watch it tonight. And the community link is down there too if you want to see who else is building this right now. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.